Hello everyone, Chris here with another IVL commentary video. Today I will be covering one of the more recent games from the IVL Summer Playoffs, Wolves vs GG. As the first map pick, we have Sacred Heart Hospital, and John immediately banning that priestess to deny them their good support and kiting abilities. The survivors picking up Mechanic and Forward, both very good choices. If you look at Jean's Hunter pool, he plays Breaking Wheel, Sculptor, Bonbon. All those hunters suffer from Cypher Rush, except maybe Breaking Wheel. Breaking Wheel doesn't suffer as much from Cypher Rush, but Mechanic still counters Breaking Wheel because the Breaking Wheel cannot kill the bot without getting out of his wheel form. That is why Mechanic is a solid pick against all of these hunters. Jean banning a female dancer here, very interesting. I have not seen this ban in a long time now. I probably never seen it in a tournament. Wolves picking up the patient, another good kiting and rescuing character in this game. And Jean denying them the acrobat instead of the mercenary. Will Wolves pick the mercenary here? That would be a good pick here, giving them another stable rescuer and allowing either the forward or patient to bring to bring broken windows or flywheel. But no, they picked the postman instead. Wolves really opting to go for a fast decoding comp here, with the Mechanic obviously being a decoder and the postman, while he is classified as a support, and he is a support of course, he's also used as a decoder in IVL specifically and in other tournaments and ranked games as well, since he has that decoding ladder that boosts his own, and also the rescuer's decoding of course. And there we see Jean picking up the Bonbon. We are seeing a new meta rise probably because of the flywheel that's now available. And Breaking Wheel would probably not be a very popular pick anymore since he gets hardcore countered by it. You can flywheel snaps, you can flywheel spikes, and you can flywheel the full presence as well, making it very hard for a Breaking Wheel to actually win a game now. Bonbon, I would say, can counter flywheel, since if you flywheel the bomb, you're gonna get hit by a normal attack. If you get hit by a normal attack, if you flywheel the normal attack, you're just gonna get chipped. So flywheel can probably work against Bonbon, but it's very situational and very risky, honestly. Now we're going to see what will the survivors pick for their trades here. It's probably going to be either one or two tide turners, depending on what Wolves want to play. If they want to play a selling game, they will probably only pick one tide turner and give the rest of their team a better better kiting ability, so they can win this game. Since they have such fast decoding, it doesn't matter if their kites are short. But we will actually see two tide turners from the forward and the patient. Both the Mechanic and the postman bringing flywheel here, which gives them a better kiting ability, of course. Jean bringing detention trump card, indicating that he wants to win this game. Either Blink or Peepers, most likely. Peeper Bonbon can work in really... It can work really well, especially in Sacred Heart, since you have the hospital. Peepers work really well in two-story buildings, but we're going to see what Jean plays here. Okay, we are loading into the match now. Jean spawning near the shit corner, indicating that two survivors spawn at the shack here, running into the hospital to prevent the rotation and catching sight of the Mechanic here. Probably the best find that there is for Jean. Immediately, the forward drops the God Pallet at Birdcage, and the Mechanic converted for a speed boost. Jean trying to mind game the Mechanic, but not really falling for it. The forward still in the area. Will this forward support though? Will he go for a support stun? That is the question here. Since the mechanic can't do much to support herself. We see a flywheel here, and Jelly walks through the pallet because he knows that Jean will do the same. Most bonbons will put bombs at the pallet and will walk through it because they know if the survivor camps the pallet, they will get chipped. Even if they get pallet stunned, they will still get a chip in. Every bonbon main in existence walks through pallets. Now, Jean, instead opting to chase the forward here, getting a chip and immediately hitting him to prevent him from using his football. We see another football pull from 487 here. Jean, very smart, pulling the forward away from the hospital, effectively making him an easy down since he has blink as well, and he didn't even need to expend it. Now the forward getting cheered on the postman Cypher. That was a very fast down, even with the mechanic being chased first. Oh, cancels the hook of the patient here, but does not get the chain bombs. He needs to get another chain bomb. His remote bomb is back online. Gets the control bomb. Now no one can rescue. None of these survivors can rescue. The only thing they can do right now is sell the forward. The problem here is that this bonbon still has blink. And as soon as that forward expires, he's gonna have an easy time killing his next target. Jean, knowing that the patient is the only one around in the area, getting bold and putting some bombs near him, but not effectively leaving the chair, as there are still 2 survivors roaming the map. Now leaving, going towards the hospital again and catching sight of the Max trail again. This mechanic is pretty... No, not chasing the mechanic here. Actually opting to go for the postman instead. Probably trying to injure everyone here and making sure that no one can rescue effectively after. But there seems to be a little miscommunication. The patient still in the area, now being an easy target for this bonbon. Even if the patient uses his hooks here, he's going to get blinked. There is no way that this... Oh no, getting mind gamed as well. There's no way this patient kites the bonbon with injury as well. He's either going to die to bombs or a blink here, and unfortunately he died to a regular hit here. There are 2 ciphers that are being worked on right now. There is a 50% cipher and there is a 75% cipher. Jean getting another control bomb. This is some very fine bomb work we see from him here. A nice blink we see as well. Now, will this postman make the rescue? It looks like he actually will. Makes the rescue with flywheel. The last cipher at 80% now. Accelerated decoding kicking in. The only way Jean needs to stuff this rescue right now to get a 3-person elimination. That is his only way right now. This bonbon is fully fat though. Gets the rescue and has tied as well. That means Oh no, walks into the pallet as well. This is probably a tie game for the survivors now. Except this postman makes it to the dungeon. Sean, though, probably making sure the postman does not make it into the dungeon here. Very nice control bomb from Jean. The only reason these survivors tied the game right now is because of their good cipher rush. The kites were not very long. Here we can just see the power of 2 decoders in a game. Even with 487 dying incredibly fast, without even getting out the blink, they still tied up the game. Now we go into the second half of game 1, this time with the GG survivors versus Wolf's Hunter Alex. I'm very, very interested in seeing what these survivors and this hunter will pull off here. Since we saw a tie last game, the goal for the GG survivors is of course a 3-person escape. So they will opt to pick very strong hiders. Wolves, Alex banning the priestess, yet again denying the good support. Will Alex also go for a bonbon here? Alex's bonbon pretty solid, usually. And probably his best pick here since Flywheel is in effect. GG also picking the same thing as Wolves here. Picking up the mechanic and the forward. Alex should opt to ban the postman here probably and deny them another decode, but instead also bans the female dancer. Am I watching the same game again? Am I getting deja vu? I probably am. Now, what will GG pick? They will also pick the patient. This is really a mirror game we're seeing right now. Now, Alex, will you deny them the mercenary? Or will you also go for an acrobat ban? Cowboy ban? What kind of hunter is he planning to play here? Bonbon can get countered by Cowboy, of course. But this is a very specific ban, and I'm not sure I can agree with that. I don't think this is a very smart choice that Alex made here. Now we're seeing GG thinking about who the last survivor should be. Barmaid. A barmaid against Alex who mains chip hunters? Are you sure, GG? Are you sure? But Alex picking the wax artist here. Wax artist. You might ask why. Wax artist not even that good. Well, he is not really that good. You're right, but the wax artist has one significant difference from most his other hunter peers. He can counter flywheel. It is possible to flywheel the wax when it goes to 100%. But it's incredibly hard to pull off. Incredibly hard. And I'm not sure if they are going for a flywheel team here. We're going to see. Probably picking up some broken windows as well. Maybe a flywheel. We're probably going to see 2 tide turners as well. Pretty standard. And since GG wants to re-escape this round, they need to go for their rescues as well here. Now, let us see. What kind of persona builds are we going to see here? Will Alex go for a detention trump card build, or will he go for detention confined space? And what kind of trait will he bring? Will it be blink? Or will it be excitement? Let us see. We are having a confined space trump card from Alex here. and 2 tight turners from the patient and the mechanic actually, having a broken windows forward and a flywheel bar made. Broken windows forward is called a double bullet forward. You know why? Double bullet because when a forward vaults a pallet and uses his football, he gets an immense speed boost. And with broken windows, he gets 2 immense speed boosts. That is why it's a double bullet forward. It's a very cool strategy actually. And I'm very glad I get to see this right now. We are seeing a ruin spawn from Alex, immediately running towards hospital actually, knowing that someone spawned outside of Shack who probably rotated into the hospital here. Catching sight of the patient. The patient doing one of his most broken hooks on this map here. Now Alex catching sight of the doll here and killing it. That is a major miscommunication from the GG survivors. Not opting to drop the god pallet here. Alex ignoring the bot to keep going for the mechanic here. A very nice pallet stun from 18, but it will eat a hit here. Alex on purposefully not bringing the wax to full because the wax takes a long time to actually get off a survivor, and now he has an easy kill on this mechanic. A very nice fast down from Alex here. Cheering the mechanic near her bot as well. That's only halfway out. We are seeing 3 ciphers around 60%, 60-70%. The survivor is most likely not going to go for a rescue here, since this mechanic has no rebound potential. And Wax Artist is incredibly good with his full presence. But PPG are actually going for a rescue. And the forward with a nice support stun here, giving this mechanic a lot of room to work with. And now making sure that she can actually try to get out the blink here. But the mechanic does not get out the blink and instead gets waxed again. A very nice window wax from Alex here. Now cheering the mechanic back on someone's cipher. Harassing Pipichia with his wax now. Not going to go for another rescue probably. We see Kuchao going in. For a potential save here. And a nice body block from Kuchao here. And a nice follow-up stun, since this is a double bullet forward. Kuchao not opting to go for a stun here, which is not a good idea because they have all their ciphers. All their ciphers are basically almost done here. But I can see the reason why Kuchao probably didn't want to go for a stun, since he had a wax on himself already. And it would have probably killed him here. Now, Kuchao going onto his first chair. We can see that there is a prime cipher, and Pipichia is going to pop his own cipher as well. A very nice elbow pad we see from Pipicea here, effectively making sure that the barmaid can rescue the forward. And now we're going to see Alex put the patient near the last cipher, which is at 99% here. Alex checking the cipher progress, knowing that it's primed now. Getting the full presence onto the patient here, effectively making him an immediate down after the cipher pop, not being able to get away even with the borrowed time speed boost. Kujao here being very sneaky, not being able to spot out the forward. Alex goes back to the chair. And now Kujao can make his way onto the gate, knowing that Alex probably does not have trump card. But gets cut off here, actually. And Alex has... Oh no. Alex has Blink, of course. That is a very nice game from Alex here. The only consistent wax artist I see so far in IVL. Every other wax artist got either tied or 3-man escaped. Now we are going into game 2, first half. We have 1 win on the Wolves and 1 loss on GG here. Now GG really needs to go on the offensive and get this win in the second round, or else there is no way that they can recover from this. John banning Mechanic and Seer here. The survivors banning Wax Artist, effectively making sure that Jean cannot counter their flywheel unless he plays the other hunter that counters flywheel, which is the Disciple. The survivors picking up forward and Priestess. Probably going to see a mercenary pick here, possibly. No? Then Sean should actually try to ban the Merc here if he wants to play Disciple, since she has a very decent camp here. We had a Priestess, we had a Patient ban, but will we see a Mercenary ban here? Another female dancer ban. This meta is very interesting that we're seeing in China. Very interesting indeed. I don't think we're going to see a mercenary pick here. What will we see? Will we see another barmaid? Most likely seeing another barmaid. If the hunters and barmaid can work really well. We see a postman pick instead. Last time they had 2 decoders, this time it's 1, so if Jean can snowball again and get a fast down, this time he might actually win the game, since he denied them that Mechanic, which is basically a free cipher if he doesn't kill the bot. This team decodes relatively okay. The problem is both the forward and the priestess have decoding debuffs. So if those 2 are the ones decoding and the postman is the one being chased, that is going to be a problem for the survivors. Jean's best chase target here is, of course, the postman, since the postman gives those slow decoders their letters. And since he is the easiest to chase here, John would do well if he finds that postman first. Technically, you can chase anyone on this team. Anyone on this team is chaseable for a bonbon. But the best ones would be Postman and probably Priestess. Priestess, while she has great support, can be pretty weak if she kites herself, especially against a chip hunter. If she tries to portal and gets chipped while doing it, it cancels the portal. We're seeing one tie turner here. Wolf's probably going for a tie strategy, most likely. Jean bringing the same build as last time, Detention trump card. We see 2 flywheels from the Acrobat and the Postman, and broken windows from the Priestess. We have a graveyard spawn from Jean here, running towards mid-broken here. We see Wolves 487 inside the church, already setting up those support portals probably. Jean catching sight of the Acrobat's trail here. Acrobat, not his best chase here. Actually getting a chip though. Very nice chip we see from Jean here. But the problem is we see a Priestess portal already being set up from 487 here. Oh no! 487 immediately running into the hunter here. And an immediate down on 487! Incredible performance from this hunter here. We see Jelly going in for a stun because the Priestess has a portal. But Jean denying the Priestess a portal. And Jean messing up his chain bomb here. Making sure the Priestess makes it back into the church here, which is our strongest kiting route. But now the forward in a dilemma, not much football left on him. And of course a tight forward, making him an easy down, especially since he was outside of the church and in a very bad area. The wedding area that we saw the forward in is one of the worst kiting areas on the map, especially on a bonbon. There are no walls that can conceal you at all. So it's incredibly hard to pull off a kite there against the bonbon. Jean already putting out a lot of work here. Yet again chasing the forward, which was his best bet again. Sometimes you should not get stuck on your chases, even if it's a weak character. If you chase a stronger character in a shit area, that can also provide as being a good idea. We see Wolves selling the forward here, which is probably the best idea since this forward cannot rebound kite. And also does not have a lot of football. Now we see Jean catching onto the trail of the Priestess here. Switches to teleport here actually. And Juan messing up his flywheel, actually getting hit here. eats another bomb. Will probably die pretty fast here. Since it's a postman, there's not much he can do. A very nice chain bomb from Jean here. Incredible bomb on work we see. If you look at the cipher progress, there are two last ciphers at 70 and at 60%. The problem is one of those ciphers is the church cipher, and Jean can immediately pressure that cipher because he cheered near it. You always want to, in a competitive game, you always want to finish the middle ciphers first because it gives the hunter too much pressure endgame if it's still alive. If it's still undecoded by then. I actually messed up here. There was a second cipher that was like 90% done. .487 messing up yet again, getting hit out of the portal animation and getting stuffed on the rescue basically. Now giving Jean a free win because this acrobat has chip damage and there is no way he makes this rescue. Especially since Jean has teleport here. No! Jean messes up his teleports onto the top broken cipher instead of... Oh no! Gets both survivors down though. The cipher at 99%. Incredible game we see from Jean here. Very unlucky for Wolves. Very unlucky indeed. A very unlucky teleport from Jean, but he redeems himself by getting both survivors down here. Congratulations on your 4 kills, Sean. A very nice performance we see here. A very nice bonbon. Now, second half. All GG needs to win this round is a 1-person escape. If you need 1-person escape, do you know what you pick? You pick decoders, of course. You pick mechanic, you pick postman, you might even pick, I don't know if it's a smart idea to pick explorer, but you could. If you need 1 escape, you pick yourself a decoder, and then you pick yourself some strong survivors for late game so you can get that 1 escape. Alex, not denying the mechanic here, actually banning Seer forward. The survivor's banning his bonbon because Alex's bonbon has 4 kill potential. The last time I saw Alex's bonbon on Red Church, he got a 4-person elimination on the Doe 5 survivors. And GG does not want that to be repeated, so they're banning his bonbon out of respect here. What will GG pick here? As I already said, a decoder would be their best shot. And of course, some strong kiters. Picking up the entomologist here. Yes! Banning Bonbon, which is Ento's biggest counter, and then picking her up. A very nice idea. Entomologist is a incredible broken kiter. She can kite for a long time with her bees. Alex banning the postman, probably knowing that GG, if they pick the mechanic is a weak spot. Even if she decodes with her bot, she's a weak spot because she cannot kite long. That is why he is basically inviting them to pick mechanic. GG, picking the first mercenary of the day here, finally seeing him. Mercenary also a good pick if you need one escape, since his delayed injury is very good, especially for late game. And they take the bait from Alex. They pick the mechanic here. Now, Alex, what will you pick? Which hunter has 4-kill potential in this meta? That is the real question. He picks the wax artist yet again. Will he be able to get a 4-person elimination here, though? I honestly very much doubt he will get the 4-person elimination, but we have seen a lot of things happen in IVL before. We have seen a smiley face getting a 4-kill before, so nothing is impossible. GG probably going to do the one tide turner strategy as well here, making their mercenary pick tide and having the rest with either broken windows or flywheel. If the first kite isn't long, they can most likely sell them, or they can rescue and just waste time with the tide turner from the mercenary. The problem is with Wax Artist, you can't feed him too much presence. If you feed him presence and he unlocks his full presence early on, you're going to have a problem. Wax Artist has some decent chase, but he gets really, really annoying when he has his full presence. Now we're going to see what trades will we see. Will we see another detention confined blink play from Alex here? No, we will actually see a no detention build with insolence and trump card. Alex's goal here is to get to full presence as fast as he can to get this 4-kill, and also picking trump card for a potential teleport play endgame. We also saw that we had 2 tide turners. Interesting. I don't think the 2 tide turners were necessary, since all GG really wants here is a 1-person escape. Of course, the more survivors escape, the better it is for them later on. But essentially, they only need 1 person out, so having 3 people without tide is not a bad idea. Alex spawning at one of the red church windows, catching sight of Pipishia here, which is the patient. The patient immediately using the God palette and entering the graveyard. Probably going to use a hook here. Going back onto this really bad palette here. And most likely will end up giving a hit here. Very nice patience from Pipishia here. Very nice patience. We also see some B support coming in from the entomologist. Blink is up now. Alex's insolence almost kicking in as well. A nice hit we see from Alex here. The survivors now knowing that he has insolence. Pipishia in a not so good area. But we will see another B support coming in from the Ento here. A very nice first down on Pipishia here. The ciphers look very good though, and we're going to see a basement from PPG here. Probably going to feed Tinnitus here. The mercenary going to stay here to feed Tinnitus, which basically means he will pretend to go for a rescue. He will stay hidden and make the wax artist think that he is going for rescue, but he actually will not. That might sound bad because the mercenary is not decoding, but it's actually good because it prevents the wax artist to leave the chair. If the wax artist left the chair here, that would basically be the same thing. So feeding Tinnitus is a very good strategy, especially against a hunter that relies on presence. Four, 5 gets spotted out here and uses an elbow pad to get away here. Alex losing sight of the mercenary temporarily. The mercenary going onto the back gate here. Alex killing the bot here, which was at the 40% cipher. But he's going to be fine probably, since there are 2 ciphers that are basically done now. 18. Will 18 be able to pop the cipher? He is able to pop the cipher, and they will pop the cipher overall here, knowing that Alex does not have detention. This Ento might be able to kite out here. Gets the blink out. Dungeon is in the area. Will this Ento be able to kite to dungeon? A very nice full presence blob from Alex here. Not allowing the Ento going for a dungeon. If you saw Alex not swing there at the Ento was trying to bait him into swinging. After a hunter swings, there is a short amount of time where they can't swing again, and that would have helped the Ento to get into the dungeon. Alex very patient here, not allowing the Ento to bait him into swinging, and effectively denying the dungeon here. Very nice tie game, which means GG wins this round overall. We're going to go into a round 3 here. We are entering round 3. Going to see the first of the last 2 games on this matchup here. I am very excited to see what we are going to see here. We have Wolves on the survivor side for this one, and John on the hunter side. Now, what will you opt to ban here? The map seems to be Arms Factory. John banning Mechanic, Seer, and Forward. 3 very good bans here, denying the survivors 2 good supporters and their decoder. The survivors probably up to pick up Acrobat, Patient. But what will they ban? They will probably ban Jean's Bonbon here. Yes, there is the Bonbon. And ban the Disciple as well. I want to see an Acrobat pick here, of course. Acrobat would be a very nice pick here. We see the acrobat pick here. Thank you, Wolves. Also a mercenary pick. Interesting. Mercenary does not seem to be that popular anymore for whatever reason, but they picked him up here. Jean banning the Prospector? Prospector, interesting. That is not something you see usually. But you guys might not know this, but 487 is actually a Prospector player. It's his specialty survivor that he plays sometimes. He played him in Koa 4. So maybe this is just a respect ban from Jean here. The survivor's picking up Ento, and Jean bans the female dancer. What will we see as the last pick here? Explorer! I did not anticipate this. Explorer is a very risky character. He is high risk, high reward, basically. We're going to see a geisha here! Oh no. Oh no. These survivors are... All of these survivors are good against geisha. The geisha has no means of finding this explorer, so Jean has to get either really lucky or he has to teleport once the explorer pops a page. If you didn't know, when the explorer picks up a page, the hunter gets a notification. That's basically the only way to find an explorer. Geisha might be able to dash fast and find the explorer, but it's a really risky strategy, and I'm not sure if this is a good idea. Especially since the map is Arms Factory. Arms Factory, a really bad map for geisha, actually. Since there is too many walls, and it's really hard to dash through most of them. Let us see if this gamble pays off for Sean here. Geisha, also a hunter that gets countered a lot by Flywheel. So I'm a little worried that he's going to get kited here. Both the Ento and Acrobat, good kiters against a Geisha. We are seeing Tide from the Mercenary and the Acrobat, and we see Flywheel from both the Explorer and the Entomologist. And John only sporting detention here. Probably investing a lot into some minor talents here. I'm not sure which ones. Might be Control Freak, might be Impact. Probably a lot of Berserker. Let us see. We have a deep sandbag spawn from Jean here. Immediately running towards the middle cipher. Actually running towards the factory. Knowing that someone spawned around there. Jelly actually in the area, but does not see him. Fast pallet break. We see that Jean invested a lot into Rage and Berserker, actually. Misses the hit. Oh no, misses the hit here. Misses the dash as well. Oh no, that is not good for Jean here. Already missing 2 dashes. And missing another hit here. That is what I mean with Acrobat is good against Geisha. Even if she dashes at him, He can just use his bombs to get distance. Eats another pellet stun. Oh no. Jean getting kited really hard here. But messes up his bomb. And Jean gets his first hit here. And gets another one. Really nice down from Jean here. Got kited quite a bit here, but will he be able to capitalize on the basement here? He might be. If he brought a lot of Berserker, his attack recovery is going to be really fast, and he might get a double down here if he gets a hit on the mark fast. We are at 2 ciphers remaining, one being at 20%, the other barely started. .487 running out of the basement here. Jean not opting to hit him here for the full presence though. That was not a good choice here. If he hits 487 again, he gets full presence and his dashes will increase by a lot. Export messing up his flywheel though. Oh no. Will they be able to pop the cipher? Will they be able to pop the cipher? They are not able to pop the cipher. Oh no, that was so close. That was so close. Now Sean is in a good tie position. That cipher was almost primed. Almost primed. Very nice hit on the Explorer here. Very nice hit. Also gets a hit on the Mercenary. A good tie from the Survivors and the Hunter here. Very unfortunate that the Cypher wasn't able to pop in time. But it is what it is. Alright, we're going into the last game of this matchup. Alex needs a 3-person elimination to win the game overall. I am not sure how the points are standing, and I'm not sure if it's enough for GG to get a tie or enough for Wolves to get a tie. So we are just going to see what happens if they do get a tie. Because if they get a tie, they both have 1 win and 1 loss each. Then it's going to depend on the points. And I don't recall exactly the point difference, so I'm not sure here. Alex banning Seer, Forward, Entomologist, and the Survivors. Banning Bonbon and Alex's Exploit actually here. Interesting choice. Picking up the female dancer and the patient. Alex banning the mechanic. Will the Survivors opt to go for a decoder here? They will opt to pick the mercenary. And what else will they pick? That is already a very stable comp. There is 2 rescues already basically. So the Survivors could opt to go for another kiter here. Alex denying them the postman to make sure they don't have fast decoding here. So what the Survivors should opt to do here is pick another strong kiter. Since the Cypher Rush isn't too great on this team, they need some good kiting done here. Picking the barmaid. Barmaid can, of course, work, yes. I don't agree with the exploit ban here. Honestly, exploit gets countered by flywheel. You can flywheel the flame. And it works for barmaid, honestly, because if you flywheel the flame and then you eat a normal hit, you're just gonna get your drink. Or even if you eat the flame, you can use your drink and then you flywheel the next flame if you're in a good area. Alex actually picking up the spider here. The Soul Weaver. Very interesting. The problem here is it's Arms Factory yet again, and there is a lot of windows. Soul Weaver is the slowest vaulter among all the hunters. She vaults extremely slow, and if she gets looped too much and has to vault too many windows, she's going to get kited. Really, really bad. The GG survivors definitely have a good lineup here. Probably will be able to kite for a while. And even if they get an early hit, there is a barmaid. The barmaid can support herself and her teammates as well. All of these teammates can take the alcohol. If you know, there are some survivors that cannot drink the alcohol. Mainly Coordinator and the Mind's Eye. And of course the little girl. That's a little girl. She cannot drink alcohol, of course. But all of these survivors on the team, they can take the alcohol. So even if it's mid-kite, you can give your teammates the healing drink. And that can help the survivors a lot here. We see 2 tide turners, a flywheel, and broken windows from the barmaid. Detention trump card from Alex, a solid and usual build from the Soul Weaver. I know there are some Soul Weavers that use teleport with quenching, but in IVL, I doubt that this would work, honestly. You really need that blink or another offensive trade that helps with your chase. Especially since there's no weak target on this team. There really is no weak target. We have a deep sandbag spawn from Alex as well. We see someone studying the middle cipher, which is the mercenary. Alex walking towards middle. Probably knowing that the mercenary is there, as mercenaries usually take the middle cipher. Catching sight of the patient here. Patient immediately using a hook here and transitioning towards what we call the no man's land. Going from no man's land towards the front gate ruins, or locker ruins as we call them. Now, after getting out 2 hooks from this patient, Alex catches sight of the barmaid here. A very nice power stun from this barmaid, knowing that Alex will get desperate for a hit, since he does not want this barmaid to get the drink off. A very nice mind game we saw here from the barmaid. Incredible unlucky for Alex. And now we're seeing Alex chase the female dancer instead. Huh? What just happened? Alex was inside the pallet, but the pallet stun didn't register for some reason. That was an immediate down on PPG. Oh no. The ciphers are not enough here. We're going to see another rescue, probably. Rescue from the patient that has no hooks, basically. So, and the problem here is, do you see Alex's presence? If he hits a web shot on the rescuer, he is going to get a web shot. He's going to immediately get the web shot back up and he can basically stuff the rescue here. That is why it's a good choice that they are making the mercenary go do it. The mercenary is the only one who cannot get stuffed here. And he eats the web shot. Oh my god. Counters the web shot though. Incredible nice flywheel from PPGA. Incredible nice window. A nice pop from the survivors, knowing that Alex is going to just wait for his web shot again to web shot off the mercenary and letting him basically making sure that the female dancer gets a speed boost here. Survivor's getting out. Is the mercenary near the dungeon? He knows where the dungeon is, and well, Alex will not make it to the dungeon. That means we can congratulate GG on their win against the Wolves. Congratulations. Very nice games we saw today from both teams here. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I don't think this was a very good commentary. I got a little stuck on a lot of things and it got a bit boring from time to time. So my apologies for that. But I still hope you enjoyed the video, and let me know if you want me to cover more matchups and what kind of matchups you want me to cover. I take requests, of course. I hope you enjoyed the video. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.